Beneficiaries of government school feeding program were left to their fate earlier this year following a strike by caterers in charge of the program. The caterers were demanding arrears of feeding grants several months after rendering their services. The caterers were also appealing to the government to increase the feeding grant for pupils per day.
We don't think we can work with 12 days money because, one, we didn't get money from the government. It's pre-finance. We use our own money. And this money that they are giving us cannot even pay our debtors, not to talk of our workers, not to talk of buying extra food stuff for their kids. So for this reason, we are not going to cook again until further notice. All they told us was they were working on the payment, and in no time we are going to receive our full payment, so that they think about the increment. But from what we are seeing and what we heard yesterday, the management and the gender ministry, the caretaker minister, they are not ready to come to our aid. They are not ready to listen to us, so we can't cook again.
We have so many arrears. One, we make hot meal, special cook for GHS 2, GHS when they were making classes. Nana ordered the cookers to cook for them. And I did 50 days. Still, I haven't got the money. They have only paid, out of 30,975, they have only paid 12,735. We have been crediting the goods from so many people who have been being held by bank. Because of that, we cannot go on the work. They are not supplying us again. We have so many amounts blocked at the government side. So if you don't get that money, we can no longer cook. And if you do that too, we are not helping the government.
Currently, authorities pay 97 pesos as feeding grant for each student that benefits from the program. Stakeholders have since called for a review of the allocated funds, citing the current economic hardships. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the inflation rate for October stands at 40.4%, a situation that has caused a price hike in goods and services. The government's announcement of a review of the feeding grant may come as a respite to beneficiaries. The Finance Minister, Ken Oforiatta, while presenting the budget, said the increment in the feeding grant will be effective 2023.
Ghana School Feeding Program, which provides one hot nutritious meal each year for 3.4 million beneficiary pupils in public basic schools as of December 2021, will be sustained. In 2023, the feeding grant will be increased to reflect the current cost of living. The program will also strengthen domestic production by sourcing locally produced food from the National Buffer Stock Company.
But by how much will this increment suffice? The Member of Parliament for Anlo is of the view that the feeding fee should be pegged at 5 Ghana cedis or more. He contends that the astronomical price hikes of foodstuffs is enough justification for a higher grant.
It should go around 5 Ghana cedis per head.
Do you think the government can afford that?
The affordability is what I suggested. The government cannot. Therefore, the school should be able to support. Somebody will say, what of the schools in the metropolitan areas like Accra, Tama? Those people, the question is, do they even need school feeding? Schools that need school feeding can be found in the hinterlands. Not only that, you cannot say in Accra there are no people with poverty or whatever, but their percentage is very meager as compared to others. Those people, they could fashion something special for them. So I think 5 Ghana cedis, though you can say that it's nothing to write home about, but still, that one could suffice. But if the schools themselves could also have a way to supplement whatever government will do, if the 5 Ghana will not work out at all, 3 Ghana cedis, I think will be okay.
The Anlo legislator believes with the planned expenditure cuts by the government, there should be plans by authorities to locally source the program.
They should be able to link schools that are in agrarian communities, that they should be able to grow their own, some of their crops, so that they will use that to feed them, and it will cut costs. And the meal that they will take will be more nutritious. If you go to Benin, Republic of Benin, that is what they are doing. They have small poultry houses, fish ponds, they have school farms that they do some of those things. We can also When we were in school, we did some of those things. But at that time, there was no school feeding. But at least when we harvest, we all take something home. Government should be able to work around that too and encourage basic schools and senior high schools to go into some of these ventures than to say somebody should import rice, tin tomatoes, sugar and whatever to come and feed our students.
The school feeding program is established to provide children in public primary schools with one hot, nutritious meal prepared from locally grown foodstuffs on every school-going day.